Kia ora, my name's Zangi Marie and I'm a private midwife in Brisbane, Australia. I want to continue my discussions on water birth. We've already discussed is water birth safe and water birth as a pain relief option. Today I want to discuss the two important elements that are required for a successful water birth at home. One is caregiver and the other is, of course, the woman. Now the caregiver or the midwife needs to have a good understanding of the process of labour. She needs to believe in the process of labour, and this only comes with knowledge and experience. We midwives, having usually started our careers in hospitals, we can become a little bit jaded from working in the hospital because that's where we see a lot of things happen with birthing women, and it can be quite difficult for midwives to overcome those fears in order to work in a home birthing situation. It's important that a midwife understands that it's normal for a woman to start niggling up to 2 weeks before labour actually kicks in properly. And if she understands this process, she'll know that what's happening is that the body's trying to get baby down into the pelvis in the right position. Your baby might be posterior, it's not in the pelvis yet. Well, your uterus is trying to work to get your baby into that position, and it can take 2 weeks because this body, your uterus, your body wants to give birth to your baby, and it's trying to prepare your body for birth. Some women will labour, their labour will start as soon as the sun goes down, and then it stops as soon as the sun comes up. We did have a dad recently whose wife started labouring in the night, and then at 4 o'clock in the morning she asked him to ring the midwife, and because he understood that this happens, he actually asked her, to wait until daylight comes around, because he didn't want to ring the midwife only to find that her contractions will stop as soon as the sun comes up. Well, as it turns out, she was actually in labour, and the midwife just made it in time. It's also important to understand that in normal labour, a woman's contractions can actually stop. So she may have been, labouring for about 10 hours or so, maybe longer, and then they just stop, and that's normal too. It's just her body requiring a bit of a break before the real hard work starts. So during that time, a woman can become discouraged and wonder if this is really going to happen. We'll just say, look, go and have a sleep, go and lie down, go and have a rest. And I tell you what, the partners, they're gone. As soon as they say, go and have a sleep, they're gone. And then they'll both go and cuddle up in the bed and fall off into a deep sleep, and then she'll be woken up when the contractions kick in again. That usually happens in the night. Sometimes it happens during the day, but generally at night. The other important element is the woman, as previously mentioned. She's got to believe in herself, and when a woman decides to have a home birth, she generally does. But then once she starts to share her exciting news around with her friends and family, she may get some negative feedback. So then she starts to doubt herself. So she needs to make sure she's around positive people, like-minded people who've had water births at home. Some women choose not to tell their family, and their family know nothing about it until after the birth. The woman needs to do her own research in order to shore herself up so that, if she does get any negative feedback, she can sort of talk about it if she feels to. Some women don't have the energy either to explain to other people why that is her choice. So it's understandable that she will not tell anybody. It can be quite a lonely walk though, to especially 8 or 9 months. Not sharing the most exciting news with everybody about having a home birth. Also important that her husband is on board with her, or partner's on board with her. We have seen women transfer to hospital because his fears have been transferred onto her. It does block progress. They just don't go on and have their baby at home. The progress is really long, sometimes no progress, but as soon as they're transferred into hospital, the husband is relieved, and so therefore she's relieved, and they just go on and have a nice normal birth because she's given herself permission to do that. She doesn't feel like she's got to try and keep her partner happy, because she knows that he's frightened. So 2 important elements: a caregiver, a midwife who believes in the process and who will give you all the encouragement that you need, and a woman who also believes in herself. Join us next week for another session on water birth. If you have any questions, no question is stupid. Send us a message on the Unina Facebook or Unina Instagram. We will answer you. Okay, bye for now.